putting his TV stand up.
Oh yeah, he just told me he got the fake fireplace joint. That's pretty popular. That's pretty
he needs
popular.
to play that music. Is it?
It's pretty popular. I've been going into a lot of homes and
seeing the fake fireplace.
I've been going into a lot of homes and yeah, it seems pretty popular.
First thing I think about is what was George Michael's group? And I never wanna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I hate when I think about the fireplace.
Yep.
Am I boring you guys to death yet? Thrillium. Wham. Wow. Right on it. Yes.
Yeah. But Will's a different breed. Like he's a different when it comes to that music thing. He's different.
He is.
He's different. Will different.
Salute.
DB
fellas.
is in the house. What's good, DB?
Life. Danny Berry, happy. Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Danny Berry is getting a lot more eloquent in his comments. He went from yo the other day, I forgot what he said the other day, but hey everyone, happy Thursday. I'm proud to even graduate to this level to get to speak to you, Danny Berry, and get 4 words.
DB's the greatest, man. Big shout out to DB.
Salute King Fabe and General Flea.
Yes,
Kabar.
sir.
I see you here in and out, Kabar. What's going on, man?
I don't know what type of behavior Kabar is going to be on today. You know, his behavior changes from day to day. I don't know what he's on today. Big shout out to Kabar, though.
I got to look for the commenters that you banned. That's who I got to look for.
Who?
Whoever you banned from here.
I did what?
You banned them. You kicked them out and you banned them.
I never did that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't behave like that.
Juan Infante. So what's up? Has Julius been traded? Did we get a center? We need to do both for real. I'm always with y'all. Sometimes a little late. Thank you. Danny Berry with the $2. What you want to see? What you want to see, Danny Berry? I have a headache.
As soon as Darlene comes in, she sees you acting
like
a stripper.
Darlene
she comes in and sees you acting like a stripper. Behave yourself. What's up, Darlene? She saw you misbehaving.
You ever see where Al Bundy's at the strip club and he's
yes. Oh man,
the man threw a fishing rod. He threw a dollar bill on a fishing rod.
No. All My Children is wildly underrated. Wildly underrated. That show was wild funny.
Wait, you talking about? No, you talking about Married with Children?
I mean, Married with Children. Excuse me. I'm still on the soaps. Look at me. I'm still on the soaps. Married with
Children. No, Married with Children is crazy funny.
Wild funny. Like insanely funny.
Kabar says, I don't flip on y'all. Happy Thursday, Fabian and Flea. I like that. Darlene, I'm sorry I'm personalizing this. But that little smiley face from the ladies is different. First of all, if you a guy, you ain't supposed to be sending nothing like that. No disrespect. Respectfully, please don't.
You're 41.
What if my wife, she texted me earlier. I think she was on the flight, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think she sent me that face. She'd be ignoring me a lot, by the way, but I think she sent me that face. I feel like, all right, she's in a good mood. It's telling, but I don't know if it is telling.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
What about when you in a real quick, you just meet a girl,
right?
She says good morning with that face.
That's regular. That's not
regular to me.
No, that's regular. Good morning with that smiley face. That's regular. That's just sending you positive vibes, good energy to start your day. That's regular. You the nigga. Okay, you the nigga that's gonna jump out the window for that one.
What do you mean by jump out the window?
Because answer your own question. How do you respond?
How do I respond? I might ignore it.
I might ignore it. And you'll never get a good morning with that type of smiley face ever again.
Incorrect. Are you crazy? If I'm toxic with you, how do you think I am with my wife? Well, are you crazy? That's what you do. You ignore them.
Yo.
Oh, I ain't see it.
No. Here's the sell-off right here. My pop said, y'all a fake version of Charlemagne and DJ Envy. I lost. I lost it. Yo, Ray, I lost it. I lost it. Big Flea, yo, the biggest. Big Flea said, yo, y'all are the Timu version.
Yo, Papa Flea, man, you got one more
Papa
of
Flea's
those.
the
We have that conversation. You compare me to DJ Envy, who's from Queens, who was corny as hell.
Nah.
And Gil compared us to Rob Parker. Like, why you stop comparing us to these corny dudes, man?
Everybody going crazy on us. Pause. I said, Dad, Charlemagne and DJ Envy.
Hey, Darlene says that's regular to me too.
Come on, baby. Come on. And baby is regular to me too. Hold on, let me address something real fast before we get started. There's this little joint I had some conversation with. We actually happen to share the same birthday, right? She's a little younger than me. Nice, very nice. Extremely attractive.
Yes.
But her insides make her a little ugly, right? Her insides. And y'all know what I mean by her insides. Her insides just don't make her as attractive as she really is, right? Well, I happen to see her on her little stories or whatever, right? And she's ranting. She's ranting, right? And she's ranting about how her ex referred to her as baby, right? And for some reason, so many women are taking that as a term of endearment. Let me let y'all know something real quick. Hold on. At least for me, I might call everybody baby. Baby is not a term of endearment for me. I'm sorry. I know I ain't gonna get everybody to agree with me, and I ain't looking for everybody to agree with me, but I just need to let y'all know. I might call Ray Fabian. I might call Fabian baby. What's up, baby? That's how I talk. That's just like, bro, like, what's up, my guy, Nick, all that. Like, if I say, yo, what's up, baby, to Shorty, I'm just saying what's up. It ain't, don't relax, baby, relax. Don't go crazy because no, calm down.
I'm trying to preserve your man card, but that is a lie. I'll preserve my man card, but that is a complete lie.
I'm just telling you what it is.
No, it's not.
Just telling you what it is.
The words and tonality and consonants are being pronounced very differently. The phonetic way in which you're presenting the word baby, two different ways. You gotta be careful if you text me baby. What's up, baby?
But see,
it has to have a what up, baby.
I ain't gonna text what's up, baby. Exactly. Tonality. You gotta hear me say it.
All right then. But you have no issues with whatever comes before baby when you text it to a girl.
Ladies, please don't lose your mind if I ever call y'all baby. I'm just telling y'all that right now. Let's get the show started.
Why would you tell him that? Please, you lose your mind. Yeah, gas him up. That's what I'm telling you. Ignore her. I'm ignoring that smiley face in the morning, Darlene. You crazy?
Like
then by 1 o'clock, I ate my
just told
coffee.
You it's regular.
That's right. Okay. So it's regular. That's why. And that's my point, Flea. How many guys you sent this smiley face to this morning? We gonna make sure I stand out. Hit you in the afternoon.
They set that as an automatic.
Exactly.
8:15. Like there's like 5 guys that get that.
Exactly. I'm busy. Hey, mom. Mama Perspective in the building.
Oh man, the greatest. She's the.
Did I ever hit the intro?
Nah, because you just too caught up in
your bochinche about your women, the single life. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Oh me, oh my, it is I. You know who that is.
Big Flea, never the little one.
Soon we will be joined by our trifecta, third piece of the trifecta.
Oh gee.
Here we are today We have received some news today. Hey, what am I doing? You know what this is.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, baby. We received some news today we kind of expected. I don't know how we're going to take it. And it wasn't today, it was a couple of days ago, but Knicks Rehab, baby. Mitchell Robinson is out until December, January. A month / another month sounds horrible. Here's Ian Begley describing what's going on over there in the Garden.
With what they have at center, minus Mitchell Robinson for the first couple months of the season, or do they need to go out and make a trade for a veteran center or sign a veteran center? Because the Knicks know that Robinson will be out until at least December as he continues to rehab from ankle surgery. Remember, he re-aggravated his ankle injury in the postseason last year. Joel Embiid taking him down on what some saw as a dirty play. Robinson's been rehabbing after that surgery since, and now the Knicks have a clear window on when he may be back. It all depends on how his rehab goes, but the Knicks are hopeful that he'll be back sometime in December or January. They don't want to rush it. They want him back on the floor 100% healthy when he is ready. But in between now and then, the Knicks have to deal with life without Robinson, and that means they have Precious Achiuwa, Jericho Sims, maybe some Julius Randle, OG Anunoby at center. Rookie Ariel Hukporti is another big on the roster. They signed Marcus Morris, who they feel can play some 4 or 5. But do you go with this group here, or do you go out and get somebody on the open market? We had noted earlier in the offseason, the Knicks had some trade talks involving some veteran centers, including Atlanta's Clint Capella. So they have at least made some calls on this over the course of the offseason. I don't think this news came out of nowhere for the Knicks. I think they had.
How long is he going to talk for, Flea? Nah.
At least known for a while that this was a possibility. He wasn't going to be ready for the start of the season. Their timeline on Robinson's potential return, but a big void to fill for this Knicks team that lost Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency last year, and now they're without their starting center in Mitchell Robinson for a few months. Remember, last year's Knicks team relied heavily on offensive rebounding, getting that second opportunity on offense and converting on that opportunity for the offense to really thrive. And now you're without Robinson, one of the top offensive rebounders.
I'm convinced they pay him per like second or something like that. Ian Begley, I'm in no offense by that. We love you.
Shout out to Ian, man.
He reminds me of an old school like mobster. You ain't fooling me. The New York accent.
He's a fairly tall guy too. When I took a picture with him in the Garden one day, and he's a lot taller than I thought he was.
Yo, Ian, forget everything I said, man. I don't want no beef with like tall people in any stadium. That is a fear of mine. Like I already don't like being able to fight on the train, but I have a chance. I could monkey bar it a little bit. But in the stadium, I don't want my getting stomped out in your seat in the stadium is crazy. Yo, by a big man.
We ain't never addressed Derek White getting snuffed. We ain't never addressed that.
I kind of talked about it after when this guy was responding to us, reacting to us.
Okay.
He played it.
Oh, Jazz, what up, Jazz?
Hey, Jazz.
Dagger. That's Dagger. That's Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
That's big frat in the building.
Sims has to step up for us. I think going by that, what I don't like about it is, to be honest, I don't like the feeling of it, like, again, and being numb to this. If I were to respond to that, that's what I don't like right now. Is I was numb to that news right now. Oh, January, December, okay. Nah, I was way too, like lack of just nothing. Like I knew to expect this, and then once they had a January, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be worse. It's December / January. It's supposed to feel worse, but Achiuwa and them got to step up. But I'm not starting not to like it. I don't like feeling numb to this.
Listen, y'all.
You've been saying it.
Listen, y'all. Fabian is not speechless too often. He does not mince words. He does not stumble over himself. This brother is an extremely articulate brother, and he just spent the last 2.5 minutes stumbling and bumbling over his words because he is so pissed off right now and has finally come over to the dark side. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of this. I'm tired, Fabian. I get it. I understand. Injuries happen. Things happen. This is a contact sport. But Lord have mercy, this ongoing saga of worrying about Mitchell Robinson's health is becoming exhausting. It's because you know why it hurts so much? It's because we know how good we can be when he is playing at his height. Like when he's playing at the top of his game, the Knicks could be so good, bro. The Knicks could be so good. Imagine having that for the rest of the season, like minus Julius, right? Julius gets hurt still, let's say that. But imagine having Mitchell fully healthy to go through the rest of the season. You might tack on an extra 5 wins just to offer what he's doing out there defensively, on the glass, being active, everything that he does. That might tack on another 3 to 5 wins. So it's just frustrating. I love Mitch, but I'm so, like you said, I think numb is a great word, right? Because we've been here 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons now of something similar, right? And so, but we need to address that position. I don't know if we can do that by committee. That's hard to do by committee, right? Isaiah Hartenstein had a career year last season, right? Turns it into $30 million a year from OKC. But, you know, I don't see Precious having a season like that. I don't see Jericho Sims having a breakout season like that. I'm not sure where Jericho is at in terms of his development as a basketball player. Forget a big in the NBA, just as a ball player. Like, where are you at? I know I shouldn't be shooting at this brother right now, but like I'm looking at Jericho Sims, and like I assume Jericho Sims only played a year in college. Jericho Sims played 4 years at Texas under Shaka Smart. Shaka, what the hell were you doing with that young man? What were you doing with him? Why weren't you developing that young man? I'm not going to blame you, but Lord have mercy, he spent 4 years there under you. Why did he come to the NBA and not seem like he knows anything about being out there on the basketball court? So again, like I hear what Darlene is saying. He needs to step up for us. He absolutely does, but I don't have that expectation. And y'all know me. If I'm wrong, I will come right back here and eat crow and tell y'all I was wrong. But I don't see myself being wrong. So, you know, to give it back to you, brother, like I feel like we do need to look for something. Somebody that can play. I don't know if we could do this by committee again.
I don't know if it's committee as much as it's because Tibbs is the center whisperer, Achua is the backup anyway, and he should be the starter, right? We do not expect Sims to make this, you know, Isaiah Hartenstein leap. We do not expect Achua to take a leap per se, but whatever he was doing last year was good enough for us. And, you know, IHart made up a lot for that hole that Mitchell Robinson left, which is everybody's pointing to the obvious with the backup center role that we happen to hit a slant. Our backup from last year just got $80 million. Mm-hmm. That was like I think we said it before, but come on, that's not normal. Mm-hmm. It's not the norm. So I would think that they've been having this plan B through D through Z since last year when Isaiah Hartenstein was starting to, and they never heard any returning phone calls from him. So you guys have had 8 months of talks at least. Mm-hmm. We've seen enough in the playoffs without him. First thing that stood out, of course, Isaiah Hartenstein didn't belong out there with Embiid. He should have been the backup to the backup against Embiid. No way he should be starting over Achua and OG at that point, especially when Mitchell Robinson played 30 minutes his first game. in game 1. And IHart played 20 minutes. What did I tell you? Going into it, you thought IHart was supposed to get 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a big issue for me. So we know the athletic guard, center, athletic players give Embiid a problem. So I think we should be all right with it, especially against Philly. I'm not scared of Philly, but I don't think we're supposed to be scared of Philly. It's more or less, does Cleveland have? They didn't play too many games together last year.
Philly gonna be a good team, bro.
They might be, bro. I'm starting to get the whole.
If they're healthy, Philly gonna be a good team, bro. Like we could, you know, this is Knicks Rehab, and we could have our Knicks machismo all we want, and that's who we are. But we call a spade a spade. If everything is lined up, guys are healthy, guys are available, they buy into what Nick Nurse is gonna sell.
No, the Nets coach. You talking about 76ers or the Cavs?
I was talking about Philly.
Oh, I ain't worried about Philly.
Oh, I absolutely think Philly gonna be a good team this year, a better team. 1,000.
Okay, if they buy into what Nick Nurse is selling, what's he selling? He got Cole?
Nah, he's selling. You know, one, being a championship level coach,
right?
You know, two, being a guy that, you know, knows how to make things fit. I think he turned, once he got a piece, they kind of turned the corner. Like, they got a piece and hired him, right? Is that how that went? Because they fired Dwayne Casey after winning Coach of the Year in Toronto, right? He won Coach of the Year. They fired him, and then Nick Nurse comes in there, and Kawhi come in at the same time. I think that's same year. Did Nick Nurse win in his first year? Validate that for me. I feel like I'm right about that. If I'm wrong, somebody fact check that.
But Kawhi famously, that season with Toronto is legendary. He told Nick Nurse, "I'm guarding Giannis after game 2. They win 4 straight, go to the finals, and they beat Golden State Warriors."
I'm just saying, I think Nick Nurse is a better coach than he gets credit for. And the pieces that he's gonna have at his disposal this coming season are gonna be really good pieces. Everybody I feel like is gonna take it up another level for what they got right now. They loaded over there. 1 through 10. I said 10. Like, they're loaded over there.
Oh, Philly?
Go check. Go check. Go look.
We look them up. I'll look them up now. I just feel like without Embiid, it's like, okay.
I'm just saying, with Embiid, it's like, okay.
So if those guys were there last year, you scared of them?
Last year?
Yeah, same team. So I'm not scared of Oubre. I keep hearing that shit. I didn't see nothing that I should be in fear with.
But it's not fear. It's just having the capable players, being deep, having guys that buy in, guys know how to play their roles. If I see Kelly Oubre and, you know, and I have on the other side of the floor, and I have Anthony Edwards, like, no, I'm not scared, because I don't think Kelly Oubre can really guard Anthony Edwards. I'm just saying that the pieces that they went to get this summer all put them in a position to be a better team. Going to get Paul George, going to get Caleb Martin, going to get Eric Gordon, going to just pieces. That matters. That you can't.
I've never been a big Eric Gordon guy.
Huh?
He means Eric Gordon is in the Kyle Korver conversation. Supposed to be this great shooter, and every time I see him like that, when it matters most.
Talking about depth, Fabian. I'm not talking about how great they were. Talking about depth.
He can buy you some minutes, you're saying, Eric Gordon, at the very least. So Paul George can sit down and do a podcast with us. Right? That's what Eric Gordon's gonna do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'm trying to look for the damn roster, man. Stop playing with me. Eric Gordon, like you said, Judah Mintz, Fiedler. What? Fiedler.
Max
Fiedler. Gresham Yabusele.
That son who dunked on Braun in the Olympics.
Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is there?
Yes. Another piece. This is what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not impressed by him though.
That's not about, bro. He's a championship player. He's a championship pedigree player. Add guys that have gone deep in the playoffs. Okay, Reggie Jackson is going to be the backup to Tyrese Maxey now. Oh, shit. That's awesome. Don't run from this, bro.
I thought you were going to go towards Cleveland.
Okay, that team I'm not very afraid of.
Adam Bona. Oh, I think I was watching his highlights before he got drafted. David Jones, KJ Martin, Kyle Lowry. Okay, Caleb Martin and KJ.
They went and got Drummond. So I'm saying they just added pieces. Oubre, Maxey, that closes out the roster. Jared McCain, the guard from Duke, he's not bad. Ricky Council, he's not bad.
So he's what in the top? Yeah, sorry if Phoenix plays E. I was trying to get the right thing. Top there, I mean it's Boston, New York, Philly. Philly should have a better time than the Bucks or easier time because they are deeper. That's the depth that the Bucks are missing.
That's the depth that the Bucks are missing. So I do think that's like the top 4. Why are you so concerned about Cleveland? We own them.
We do, but the only thing is they never had a real full season together. I'm only concerned with them if we see them through, if the first 20 games they're healthy. I want to see what they look like. Because remember, when our January was crazy, and so was theirs.
Yes, they play well.
That's what I'm concerned with. Remember, this guy finally, it's his 3rd season. He could take a leap. Mobley. Not that I just pondering on it. Just pondering.
Well, I like Evan Mobley. So.
Yeah. And Jared Allen, they don't want to break them up. They got a new coach. There's a lot of ifs with them. I still don't believe. I agree that Donovan Mitchell is not a top 10 player, but
another thing, you make a coaching change, and I think that coach that they just picked up is a good coach. Kenny Atkinson is not a bad coach.
Similar to Philly last year with Nick Nurse, it was an upgrade.
They made a nice upgrade at coach. And don't get me wrong, I like JB. I think Detroit made a great hire in going to get JB Bickerstaff. I think that's great.
I don't understand when we say I like JB. What does that mean? He says nice things?
No, meaning that I like him as a head coach. Meaning that he gets the most out of his players. He comes from a basketball family. Bernie Bickerstaff, he's been around the game his entire life, right? So I would like him in a Detroit Pistons locker room right now, being able to be a younger guy, still be able to relate to the players and motivate and coach. Like Monty, people forget Monty's been around a long time, so he's got older. He may still be able to relate. He still may have a little swag with them, but JB Bickerstaff is significantly younger than Monty Williams. So I think he can be able to relate to that Detroit Pistons team, and like I said again, be able to motivate them, get something different out of Cade Cunningham, figure out what Jalen Duran is going to be, right? Like I feel like he can be an all-world defender, Amari Stoudemire type guy, not Amari, but a type of, that type of guy. Like he could be that. What can we get out of these young guys? So I think that's a good hire for them, for sure.
What do you think is the biggest differences between JB Bickerstaff and Kenny Atkinson, like coaching style wise? If you do know, because to me, it's like I think of them and I don't even know what the hell to think. Sometimes I'm too honest.
I think Kenny Atkinson, coming from that culture in Golden State, when he was in Brooklyn, he had a lot of success, right? He was the coach that got that great year out of D'Lo. D'Lo was an all-star under Kenny Atkinson.
Jared Allen.
Right. And so you reuniting with Jared Allen, right? Like I think.
Oh, and the kid that was there, the guard that they traded to Dallas.
Karis LeVert is still there, right? All guys that Kenny Atkinson had. So, obviously it's about relationships, but it's about, You know, where did he come from? Who's he been around? What kind of coaching styles has he been around? Kenny Atkinson been sitting next to Steve Kerr for the last 4 years, 5 years,
yeah,
whatever that is. And we could debate that, but I'm never going to argue that Steve Kerr is not an innovative offensive coach. And so when you're around that and be able to soak that knowledge up, be a part of a championship team, Kenny Atkinson was on that bench for that 2022 championship team, right? So all these things that you get, like you had to go back to the drawing board a little bit. The Nets fired you. You had to, okay, let me go back to the drawing board, be a head assistant, figure out what I think, little tweaks, what I can add, to my bag. And I think now he's back in a position where he could be a really good head coach. Difference between him and JB Bickerstaff, to answer the question though, I think Kenny is a little more experienced in terms of sideline. Like I said, Bickerstaff came from a basketball family. Bernie is his daddy. He's been around it all. But in terms of like that X's and O's, being able to scheme and things like that, I think Kenny Atkinson is a little better than Bernie Bickerstaff. And Cleveland needs that. They need some structure over there. They need some stuff called. They need to figure out how they get. Because for me, I think if they take Evan Mobley up another notch, Ray, they'll be insane. They won't even have to move Garland. I know we keep talking about moving Garland, right? We was like, they gotta figure out a way, to get everything out of Donovan Mitchell. Like Garland being there is kind of holding them back a little bit. Is the kind of what I got from you. Mm-hmm. But they might even have to do that if Mobley takes a step up and they start not going through him, but you could start the game with Evan Mobley getting the first 3 touches. That ain't gonna stop Donovan Mitchell from getting his 25 for the night. But if you establish him early on, I just think that takes them up another level.
I probably have to do more, deep diving into it, because it's like that's why when I asked that question, like, what does JV Bickerstaff run versus what's his name, Atkinson? And then it's just like with the players, like with the word application, you could know what to run all you want to, but in real time, you got to call a real timeout. You got to call a real play in that moment. So I'm not sure if either one is better at that.
But that's what coaching is now, right? Everybody runs high screen pick and roll. Everybody runs that. Everybody runs
high screen pick and roll. So a split action is high screen pick and roll.
Everybody runs. Come down to one side, come down to the strong side, try to find the best mismatch, get him to set the screen, whoever's there guarding that man, so I could get the screen and try to get something in the isolation. And then once the ball gets out of the guy's hands who was trying to make a play, then we get into our secondary stuff, whatever that may be. So for me, it'd be hard to kind of distinguish what all 30 of these coaches are running now. Like back in the day, what we came up on, you could distinguish, okay, I know what type of coach Phil Jackson is. I know what type of coach Pat Riley is. I know what type of coach Rick Adelman is, Don Nelson. I know what Mike D'Antoni is going to lean to. Like a lot of these coaches like had identities. Mike Fratello, you ain't taking a shot until the 7 seconds is left in the shot clock. I want that rock to move. I used to hate watching Atlanta. I used to hate watching Cleveland games. Like, dog, get some shots up. So you know what I'm saying? You could be able to distinguish what coaches were back in the day. For me now, it's hard to, because everybody runs the same stuff. Everybody runs the same stuff.
I guess they wanted to have some questions in here. Fabian addressed the 5 spot on the stream in the conference with Embiid and Giannis. You too, Flea. Listen, Phoenix Plays E. The one thing I don't want you guys, I love that you guys think that I'm big on, or I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, is OG gave Embiid problems and he gave Giannis problems on the defensive end. Joker guarded Joker well. But once you can mix in Ochua with Embiid, you'll see the difference with him. I don't care how healthy he is. And we know it's a struggle for Embiid because when he tries to put the ball down, that is gone. I dare you to jab step me, Embiid. You better just shoot that shit from right there. I dare you to go. You going left? What you gonna do, Joel? That was stupid. Rip. He's getting ripped. He can't put the ball on the floor with OG and Ochoa. Flea, you look crazy, right? Giannis, I couldn't believe the way Giannis was being guarded by OG in the post, and he knew exactly where he was going. He kept straight cookies. It was bad. Now, is that we did hear Thibodeau speak to this? You can't have him there. IHart was there, bro. Phoenix plays Z. Come on, Papa. Now we doing the Gilbert Arenas. You ain't watching the Knicks, bro. IHart was there doing what against Giannis? IHart was there against Embiid doing what? He was getting killed by Embiid. Put your hands up. Put your hand. That's all we was the whole series, Flea. Put your damn hands up, IHart.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, but bro, I think the big piece that we're not addressing right now, we're talking about how we're gonna miss Mitch on the defensive end, right? And how we're going. Phoenix Plays Z wants us to address how are we gonna make up at that 5 spot, at that big position.
And I was trying to avoid it.
Don't run from this, Ray. It's crazy because not only do we get hurt defensively, right? We got a gang rebound now too. Like, I know Mitch is not some outstanding double-digit rebounder, but like IHart did well on the glass, right? We were relying on Josh Hart to be our leading rebounder on many nights. Many nights we were relying on Josh Hart to be our leading rebounder and clean up the offensive glass. So it's going to have, again, a lot of stuff is going to have to be done by committee. I don't think there's anybody out there right now that you replace Mitch Witt. Like, you bring in right now, you make a trade and you get somebody in that legitimately is going to be, be able to do this. I don't know. I don't see it.
Well, okay, so he starting over here in late December 20th. Because initially we did try starting Jericho Sims, right? That first one or two games, Sims started over Hartenstein, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Then we were all saying, yo, Tibbs, I know you see what we see. And from then, let's get these stats. From December 20th until February 8th, he averaged 8 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, around 3 assists, 1.5 steals, 1 block a game, 64% from the field, basically shooting 5 shots a game. Those offensive rebounds, he had 4 offensive rebounds a game. And his average for the season, I don't have it up there. His average for the season was what? 8, 64 from the field. It's the most minutes he's ever averaged with 25, up from 6 minutes a game. We don't expect Jericho Sims to have anything to do with this. We don't expect Ochoa to, because the assists don't show up, but it's the hockey assist that IHart was great at. The best passer on the team. That's the most that we talk about rebounding and showing the big body Phoenix Plays Z. What we're gonna miss the most from IHart is his passing, because there's nothing being stagnant about them. And even going back to those Knicks games that I was going crazy over with against Philly, against Minnesota, against Denver, IHart was there passing the ball. Even the game against Philly, that's the game against Philly where he kept dropping off them little 3-footers. He was going crazy on Embiid. Every time Embiid dropped off on him, he would dribble right into him, get to the paint, and throw a little 5-foot floater. That game he had like 6 of those in a row, and we were like, "Yo, what is this?" But he never did it again. Not 6 in a row, and that's what I'm saying. Flea is the big man. I think everything else we can solve. The rebounding, showing on a defensive end, we could show with the rotational guys, but IHart's the best passer on this team last year. I think that's just, not by, I want to say by far, but they all crisp.
Relax.
Who was on his level last year?
Brunson could pass the ball.
Not like that.
Brunson can pass the ball. He's not a bad passer.
Not saying he's a bad. See, why you be taking my shit and exaggerating it? IHart.
You said he was the best passer.
Yes.
As to say we didn't have anybody else that could pass well. So I was just emphasizing that he's not a bad passer. I never said you said that. You saw how I did that? Okay. Keep going. I'm with you.
There's a gap between Isaiah Hartenstein's passing and Brunson.
No, that's fine. So. Whatever. That's fine. Okay.
And we will miss that. They had a 7.2 net rating with IHart on and half with him off. This is when the analytics start pissing me off.
Oh,
I get it. I get that. But the reason why it's like that is because I think the rebound they could pick up anywhere. In my opinion, that's what Tibbs does for you. What Tibbs does not do for you is get Isaiah Hartenstein, someone like him, to get the offense going, unless the big Juju himself. That's where he has to come in and step up.
Juju's
when you say by committee, hell no. Hell no. He can get those passes.
Julius passes out the double. Julius gets double teamed. IHart never gets double teamed. Julius absolutely is an excellent passer out the double team, an excellent playmaker. When he's getting into the rim, he dumps off well. He's very aware. Like a guy that averaged above 5 assists a game that year when he was 25, 10, and 5, that wasn't no accident.
Maybe I'm in love with IHart's pocket passing.
You love the fact that we can put IHart at the top of the key on dribble handoffs and he finds the right guy and makes the right decision. I love that. Yes, I love that about him.
But that's also on the wing. It's also anywhere. He holds the ball up and he's dumping it anywhere.
Can I get a 20 real quick?
Can't see anywhere. Sure.
Let me get a little 20 real quick, bro. Yo. Sure. No, that's a full. I'm old now. Y'all fix me, man. I ain't watched. Damn.
That's a 20. This is a 20.
Yeah.
They go my fat.
Yeah. Let me get a 20. Yeah. Because that's a full. Let me get a full.
Yes.
Yeah, I might need a full with this one. I lost my train of thought. We'll get back to it.
We were talking about IHart, and you looked on the TV.
Did you see IHart working out with OKC?
Yeah.
Did you see him? You see my son getting busy? You see him boogieing? I said, oh, I was like, oh, IHart, get mixy. I was like, oh, shit. That pissed me off. I was so happy to see my guy out there, but that made me mad, boy.
Offended Jalen.
Finishing around the rim, 2-hand dunks. You seen it, Ray. You know what I'm talking about. You seen it.
He was looking bananas, bro.
Insane. Do you see kind of shape he's in? You see the shape he's in? My son looking svelte. Look at my son. Oh, give me that jumper. Lefty, give me. Look at him bring the ball up to the rim. Finish something. Step back. Lefty, top of the key, Trey bomb. Another one. Oh, skip to the lane. Ray, look at him.
Who's he playing?
He working out in some open run.
I don't respect it.
You be mad if you want to. Basketball is basketball.
You ain't here no more, IHart. No love for you. I ain't scared of you. You scared of IHart and OKC? Nah, me.
He gonna be good. He gonna be good. Everybody likes to diminish training videos. At the end of the day, they still pros. How about that? We could say what we want. End of the day, they're pros.
Whose videos?
Training videos, they're just working out, but they're still pros.
I just saw somebody's training video and I was so disgusted. Oh. We talking about Ben Simmons yesterday. It's like, not Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, who might be like Ben Simmons' cousin on the low. Haven't we seen like Jason Tatum might have made me buy into a workout, to a summertime workout training better than anybody else has before, because it sounds believable. The coach is now involved. Joe Mazzulla's like, yo, man, sounds like little like Rocky's what was Rocky's manager name? Rocky's coach? The boxing movie? Come on, Rock. He was the Penguin in Batman.
Yeah.
He sounds like him. Like, yo, you see, that's what happens, you know. And have you seen his jump shot? It looks different now.
It don't have that hitch. It don't have that hitch on it. Yeah. But you can see it.
Really, it's the way he moved his shoulder when he was. It was weird.
Yeah, because it was a wind up. It was a wind up. It looks fluid now.
Push-ups, Jason.
The shot is not coming from the hip no more. It looks like it's coming from this shooting pocket right here. The hip, like he was pulling it. Yeah, he was pulling it from here. It's too much to get it up here. Like if you got it in your pocket now you know what I mean? You money. And he's still 6'10". He's still going to shoot over everybody, right? Like,
right.
So we shall see.
Yeah, it was Mickey.
Oh, big shout out, Bing Bong.
Bing Bong, New York.
Yes, sir.
Wow, did I really mess this up? Maybe.
Knowing Fabian.
Oh my God. Julius Randle. Julius Randle expected to return from injury to start the season. Here we go. Julius Randle expected to return from injury for start of NBA season. After being limited to just 46 games last season due to a dislocated right shoulder, New York Knicks star forward Julius Randle is reportedly on the right track for his recovery. Chris Herring from ESPN said Randle said his recovery is going well, and he's expected to be ready to play by or near the start of the season. Randle injured his shoulder during a win against the Miami Heat on January 27th. He and the Knicks initially held off on surgery in hopes that he would be able to return in the playoffs, but he ultimately underwent a season-ending procedure in April. Yes, the emergence of Jalen Brunson. A healthy Randle would help the Knicks solidify themselves as one of the top contenders in the Eastern Conference. Flea.
Sir.
Do you love that news?
Yes.
What is there not to like about it? Do you believe it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. I think Julius is ready to rock. I think Julius is chomping at the bit to get back out there and be a part of this team right now. I can't wait to see what this team looks like in training camp and preseason. Like, I can't wait to see the camaraderie, the chemistry that we build, man, coming off of last season. Like, yes, Julius is going to be ready to rock and roll. I don't think there should be any questions. Those questions have been quelled already. They've been quelled already last year. You could see that he's buying in. He knows what the engine of that team is. It's Jalen Brunson. I think Julius is going to be fine, ready to rock and roll. We need a 20-10 guy back in our rotation, back on the floor, right? We need rebounding. We need his scoring ability. Those are things that are necessary. We need his experience. We need all of that right now. His toughness, all of that. The newfound leadership, how he leads now, way different than how he was leading before. Like, I'm looking forward to Julius Randle being out there. I think he's going to be ready to rock and roll, healthy, and we'll see how it goes. He started off last season this time. We went into the season, first 6 or 7 games, we was ready to kick him out the door, ready for him to go.
That was you. I was totally shocked. I was trying to give him patience. I knew he came off the surgery, and I was reading about him.
Yeah, I was ready for him to go.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I
was upset.
But it was so weird because then he reacted. I'm like, oh, so you respond to Flea, but not me. 3 years of me yelling at you. Oh, but you just came off surgery. And then he responded. He did. He played really well.
He did. He played really well before he got hurt. That's why that injury was so damning to us, because he really played well. Flea, Fabian, gun to your head. Would you bet on this iteration of the Knicks to beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series? Be honest. Yes. Yes. Sign me up. Yes.
What mythological hater asked me that? Phoenix plays Z. What's wrong with you? We could have beat them last year. Healthy. Without Mitchell Robinson.
I agree with that too.
Stop playing with me.
I don't know about without Mitch, but
without Mitch, we didn't have Mitch when we were at our best, Flea. In January, he was gone.
Right, but I do think against Boston, we would have needed Mitch to beat them, especially if a series went 7.
I'm gonna put the hammer in there. We just talked about Jason Tatum's hitch in his shot and his shooting form. OG's on him. That's not like he has to chase around Maxey. To me, I didn't really like him chasing around Maxey because he was going around picks, and he looks weird going around picks. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that, but
yeah,
him having to go,
he's slithery. Pause. Like he's trying to get. He's not fast, but he's trying to be quick.
Yeah,
right? You know, he's not. He's trying to.
What should he be doing?
I mean, nothing. He's an all-world defender. I'm not about to tell that man to change anything he does defensively. I think
that's his flaw.
Getting through screens.
He'll go over the screen and he's chasing Maxey and he goes over the screen and it's like he looks like a cop chasing somebody. Very slow motion.
Yeah, but I mean, again, OG's not a fast guy. I think he knows angles. He's strong. You know, he knows how to beat you to the spot. You can't play with your hands, but for some reason he knows how to guide you. You know, on defense. Not too many guys are like that. Like him, Tony Allen,
Derek White.
Derek White, another one that does that without using their hands. Like I love that about those guys. Even Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday's a different level, I think.
Yeah, different level defender.
Like if Drew Holiday was 6'8", he'd be something else.
Oh,
if he was OG's height, it would be
Lord have mercy. He'd be one of the best players ever.
Yeah, but I think imagine now on Tatum for 7 games, healthy. Phoenix plays E. That's our thing. Like OG was, and that's
we got another Doberman Pinscher and Mikal Bridges too. That we about to let off the leash and just go.
Yeah, but it's different with OG. Like he to me is more of a dominant defender than Mikal Bridges. Because for him to guard and impact Embiid and Giannis out of the East, now we're certifying coming out of the East a little bit better. Your weapon is done. Whatever he got going on, no. Where's your plan B? Where's your plan C? And then you got Bridges on the perimeter chasing around a guy he wants to get the ball off to.
Yo, Fabian, listen, man. I am like extremely, extremely impressed with how going and getting Mikal Bridges, especially like it seems so far away. Like we talk about this COVID time and how things it seems so far away. But 2021 ain't very far, right? And he was a big reason why that Phoenix Suns team was in the NBA Finals. Yes, Chris Paul. Yes, Devin Booker. 1000%. But Mikal Bridges, his shot making, his defense on the perimeter, like I know you're saying that OG seems more demonstrative and jumps off the screen at you as a defender, but I think Mikal is right up there, and we're gonna have 2 of the best in the game.
Oh, I don't want to make it come off like Mikal Bridges was the point of attack for Phoenix. Yeah, I don't want to make it come off like nah, Bridges was a bad dude. Yeah. And just like OG, not even OG, maybe Kawhi, his whole game changed once they started running sets for him. Shout out to KOC. That's where I got it from. He used to be on The Ringer. He just left. Shout out to Zach Lowe, who ESPN just fired. And ESPN fired Zach Lowe. He was making $7-figure deal. They let him go today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, you would know that. That's your guy. Damn. I didn't know that.
People don't know that. See, I like how you said that. That's your guy. I don't watch him every day. It's very hard to watch a guy things like that because everything else grabs our attention. I just hate the fake love that people have on Twitter. Like, oh my God, this is ESPN. This is all you got. What are you guys tweeting about? What do you guys react to? Every day, it's the same guys. I can't believe ESPN doing the same. But yo, so why weren't we championing Zach Lowe this whole time? Zach Lowe, I mentioned Zach Lowe every week on here, probably.
Mm-hmm. Once a week. Definitely do.
You know what, Flea? I don't even watch him once a week. So what I'm saying is, I know he's
but
great.
You respect his work. You've always said you respected his work. Yeah.
Right. Even when Tim Legler was on when JJ Redick, I missed those podcasts. JJ Redick and Zach and JJ Redick and Tim Legler was good. But that's the thing about JJ Redick. That's why I used to tell too. I'm like, yo, JJ Redick is a star, bro.
Yeah.
That is hard to do. It's not easy pulling us into the analytical world. I don't know if he's a good-looking guy. He has a what you call a photogenic face, and he has a smugness to him that we know about.
Of course, I mean he's had that since a child. Yeah.
Since Duke, everything. Yeah. But there's something to say about, you know, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise for a reason. Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt. For these guys they have a photogenic face, photogenic outlook to them. And besides that, though, he can really speak basketball. JJ Redick speaks. I love the way he talks basketball. I really do. Zach Lowe has the nerdy guy voice in the background, but
you got to pay how JJ Redick talks basketball now.
I always say, oh my God, yo! Every time you hear, you're the perfect person to argue with, because every time you hear one thing, you take it and act like I don't like this guy. All I've never liked about him is that he uses that eloquence and tries to convince us that Larry Bird couldn't play today. It was like, that is so unnecessary.
How many fights you used to get into him back in high school? How many fights?
It wasn't that many.
Give me a number.
I'd say like 5.
How many you won? Be honest.
I won all my fights. I don't even want to talk about after high school.
No, I'm talking about not as a grown man.
Nah, yo, listen.
This nigga's still fighting as a grown man. No. Yo, that is so funny. The nigga said, I'm not even gonna talk about after high school. No, we don't want to talk about that. You should be fighting as an adult. Stop.
Yes, I don't condone that. But why do you say that? In high school, you thought I was the JJ Redick of my school?
You are the dot connector. Shit.
Very, very smart of you. Yeah, not that many. In high school, it was right after high school I was starting to get into a lot of fights.
Okay,
I'll just leave that alone,
please.
But yeah, I love Redick as that, and it's hard. Like, think about the difference between Zach Lowe and JJ Redick. It's just the way you give information, and then JJ Redick gets shitted on because of what I was saying. Like, he's arrogant about the agenda and whatever, but so much so that it's like, oh, we're forgetting that he's actually talking about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you need to be JJ Redick to get that attention.
Following.
I got love for Zach Lowe. Hopefully he ends up on a ringer with Bill Simmons as I don't say that's a rumor, but everybody's trying to make that happen in the Twitter world. But I just think people be lying, bro. I love Zach Lowe, but stop it. JJ Redick left with $40 million with the Lakers or whatever it was. He's you gotta be, it's not easy. I don't know if I got it. I say y'all got it all the time because I don't know. Even if you think you got it, it's still a show you got to put on, and there's a masterful production behind the scenes.
Right.
And I forgot where that started from. They fired Zach Lowe.
You know how we do. Did you tap in with the Menendez brothers?
No, my wife is watching that, and she said, "Do you remember this?" I'm like, "Where were you?" Like, she's like, "I was in Dominican Republic." I mean, it sound mad immigrant right now.
The dark side of Flea is a. Let me finish.
Yeah, well, I'm about to say, where is Mama Flea? What the hell are you talking about right now?
The dark side of Flea, like true crime stuff, Law and Order, SVU, just all that true crime stuff. I'm a fanatic. Like, I'm a junkie. Like, if I ain't watching hoops, I'm watching reruns of Law and Order, SVU. I'm watching CSI, reruns of CSI. I'm into that. So to say all of that, I already did a deep dive in the Menendez brothers, like when I was like 15 or 16. Right?
Okay, yeah.
This is why I'm saying this. Like, so like that's what I mean. Like, I'm into that. What happened with these? From inception to if they do go to jail, if they don't go to jail. If they are killed, like what. I'm into that. So I was very interested to see how they did this, because I years ago I watched the actual trial, like that was out there to watch on YouTube, the actual what happened, because that's one of the first trials on Court TV. Like when Court TV first popped.
It could be because OJ is what really put Court TV and that,
right,
and
and now
Nancy, whatever
that
name
came.
is. Yeah.
OJ came on the back of the Menendez brothers, like so. But yeah, I mean,
did you watch it? Did you like it?
Oh, I got all the way through it, all 9 episodes. I you know me, I watched all of it.
That's crazy. When do you have the time?
Yeah, I'm a nut, bro. I'm a nut.
My I didn't want to watch that. I did see the Lacey Peterson one. I think most of it I didn't finish it.
I'm into, I'm into that. So
my wife was watching and she's just like, I'm like, you don't remember this? She's like, no. I'm like, where was, I thought it was Long Island. The way it was so placid on television, I forgot. And when she said it was California, I was like,
Beverly Hills. Like
it wasn't Beverly Hills, was it?
Yes, bro. They were in Beverly Hills, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They did that in the Beverly Hills mansion.
but that's why it was so famous. It was so infamous because they couldn't. It was such a shock. And I'm like, that was in the news every day.
And it was so blatant. Like it was so. It was like the audacity of these two. Like the audacity. They wild. And all I'm gonna say is this, and we can move on from this. Yo, everybody stop chatting. Sometimes you gotta know when to shut the up. You gotta.
Who we talking about?
Huh?
Who we talking about?
No, just period. Just about, I'm trying to move away from the Menendez thing, but I'm just saying what you learn from that situation is sometimes like you gotta shut the hell up. Like just stop talking. They did too much talking, and that's why they essentially got jammed up. But
I just watched the interview with Vlad and the cop, who I never seen before until like a month ago on YouTube. And he told us now Vlad's starting. This is why Tony Ayo's leaving. And 50 read him perfectly well, because he's starting to do 50's life on Vlad. That's what it is. He's inviting Tony Ayo out there. Then he had the cop, and now they're all talking about 50. The last 3 videos have been the biggest killer of 50 Cent faced up. I'm just like, this is what 50 didn't like about you.
Yeah,
He's looking to get his ass whooped.
I'm anti-Vlad, so
I'm not. Whatever. He plays all the regular stuff until everybody stops going up there. Like once Lord Jamar and the other dude said we ain't going up there no more because he didn't apologize, that was foul.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody still went up there.
They keep offering a bag. Vlad got a bag for guys. It may not be a big bag, but he got a bag, and people hungry.
But you know what else too? He's such a like fake ass hip hop journalist, right? You could tell. And he was a DJ, which is crazy. There's certain this is how bad he is. When he had what's homeboy that made the Ether beat, Ether Boy. It's from Uptown. I forgot his name already. He made the Ether beat. Either way, he's asking him about it, and he goes, "Well, yeah, so Pac was around." He goes, "Nah." You sample Pac, it's like, yeah, but he wasn't around. He was dead for like 5 years already. Certain things like that. I mean, you're from California, you don't know that. So he's so what's the word? Like when they call him a culture vulture, it's like that's crazy. But my problem is, if 50 does it right, he should hire a white guy that's like Vlad, that's like semi hip hop, and just being a curious black or white dude. Because that's the only way to get those questions that you would never ask Tony Ayo that.
No, hell no.
Like certain questions, like he'll be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" And that's the other thing. Tony Ayo might look at you like, "Why are you asking me that?" But he feels comfortable telling Vlad that. There's 4 people that Preem was never wasn't scared of Preem. I'm just like, yeah, why would you even say that? Right? But then he feels comfortable with him. He ain't telling me that shit. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't even ask him. The familiarity thing for me is always, it's funny.
I'm anti-Vlad, so That's why I stand.
Listen, man, I seen Sammy the Bull come out here and start a YouTube channel. That guy's the man. We lost 6 subscribers on here.
Fabian knows you talk about everybody else one-liners. He said, man, Sammy the Bull got a YouTube page, nigga. Shit. And it's gonna eat. They're gonna listen to what he got to say. He got plenty to talk about. I'm gonna watch that because I'm a mafia dude too. So I like that. I like that shit too.
Shit is garbage.
Oh, I love that.
He's sitting there just calling people out. It's like, he's ratchet as hell. That's why I tell everybody, ratchet as hell, bro.
Oh, okay.
He just, man, then what he did to me. He's a real killer. He's a scumbag. I'm just like, all right, get to the story. That bag. He's just always trying to go at somebody. The other guy that was on Vlad TV, he's trying to go at him.
Oh, Mike.
And it was just like
Anthony. I forget his name, but he was on Long Island getting to it. Had the sanitation thing on Smash with the.
He did a gas.
The gas thing, not the sanitation, the gas. Yes.
When he did that, I'm like, yo.
And he broke that shit down. I was like, oh, wow.
Shit was simple. He just got it for cheaper and then basically got the gas station across the street to put them out of business. I put it in for cheap, getting the oil cheaper. But it was like, what am I doing, man? Why am I sitting here, bro?
Yo, man, what did I heard Stack and Matt Barnes ranked their top 5 Knicks of all time. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson ranked their top 5 Knicks of all time. The nerve of these niggas, but they did it.
I was trying to keep Flea off the back for so long. I didn't give a fuck about that shit, Flea. Fuck that
Knicks
shit.
Rehab. It's Knicks Rehab.
It is, but I'm sorry, guys. We lost a lot of viewers just now. Let's get back to the Knicks. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson of All the Smoke have put together a list of the top 5 Knicks of all time. Well, you see the list there. Patrick Ewing, Carmelo Anthony, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Willis Reed, and Walt Clyde Frazier.
5 Knicks of all time, and this shit ain't gonna be easy, Jack.
Not at all. Number 5, Nick.
Yo, hold on. That face was him lying already? He said,
Of all time, Patrick Ewing.
Number 5, huh? Headed to New York, October.
Are you shocked as soon as you hear Patrick Ewing? Number 5?
Throw the list in the garbage.
7th, All the Smoke times Larry Johnson, Gramercy Theater. Is Melo top 5 to you? Top 5 Knicks of all time?
They snuck in a commercial?
I think 6 or 7 years there. Didn't have a ton of success, but put the ball in the basket like no other.
Yes, he's top 5 to me.
Okay, so number 4. Let's go with Carmelo, man. Let's go with Carmelo Anthony, number 4.
I think for me, 3, winning means something to every organization, especially if you're there. So for me, 3, I got to go Earl Monroe.
This is winning means something to you, but you got Carmelo over Patrick Ewing, and then you got Earl the Pro. Is here for 2 seasons.
It was hard not to put Bernard King there, but he only played 1 year, and he didn't have any success.
I think he played 3 years. 3 years.
Oh,
there,
3 years.
3 years there. Yeah, 1 year at one state, he averaged 30.
Yeah. See, that's crazy. It's hard not to put him in there, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I think of Bernard King, I definitely think of him in the Knicks uniform. But I feel you. Number 2. Came out there and put it on the line with 1 leg. Made a crazy comeback. Let's go with Willis Reed, man. A double-double machine.
Okay.
Got 2 chips there. Number 1, Jack.
Number 1, I mean, he's definitely the most decorated Knick. He's probably the biggest name when you go to the games now still. And he's probably one of the worst dressed people ever on earth. So, I'll definitely go with Walt Frazier.
Hey, man, you probably couldn't tell him shit back in the day, though. He was fly.
You can't tell him shit right now.
Still. But I still think he got some of the suits he used to wear back to the games he still be wearing today on TV. Jack, you think Jalen Brunson has a chance to crack that if he continues on the path he is?
Jalen Brunson has a chance to be the best on this list.
Ooh.
At the rate he's going, he just got to get some championships in there. The numbers going to stay the same. He just got to get some championships.
Numbers are going to stay the same. Okay, we're going to see.
Oh, wait a minute now. That whole list is garbage, but that last statement, you totally redeem yourself, Stevie Jackson. Good for you, man, paying attention to the Knicks like that. You ain't pay attention to not one lick of history, but you did pay attention to last year, apparently. Patrick Ewing at number 5?
Never.
Horrible.
Never. Top 3.
Under Bernard King. That's hard to. Oh, yeah, it hurts. Sorry, Bernard. You can't be above Patrick Ewing. Carmelo Anthony. 7 years versus 18? What?
I don't
Led
like
the league
the
in
list.
scoring?
I don't like the list. Do I like Frazier at 1? I'm fine with that. That's fine. Do I like Reed at 2? I would put Pat there, but okay. Willis is at 2, fine. But Patrick got to go 3. Has to.
Minimum.
I would much rather him at 2, but again,
I
Willis.
think if
Rest in peace.
by default, I always like without arguing because I'm kind of scared of Willis Reed, the way they talked about him.
Oh,
have you ever seen that footage when he?
Yeah, when he cleared out the whole bench. He's a gangster. He's a gangster. Different.
Or off that alone, he gets a top spot.
Louisiana
you drop 5
during
dudes.
the Jim Crow era. He grew up in Louisiana during the Jim Crow era. Come on, man.
Somebody was trying to joke around with him. I forgot who was in the court. And he just looked at him like,
Don't play with me. Stop playing with me.
Yeah. When he laid out, when he passed away, God bless his dead, we talked about it. He laid out Calvin Murphy. He said Calvin Murphy was talking about him. That's my man. I talked to him in the offseason and everything. I tried to shoot a layup on him. And Willis Reed said, hey, I make my living down here. Don't come back here. Yo, that sounds like some old country shit to tell somebody.
Word.
I make my living over here. You don't come back.
Don't come over here.
Calvin Murphy said he came back. The last thing he could remember was being good enough on the floor. He didn't ever go back in the paint against Willis Reed.
Big shout out to Calvin Murphy. Calvin Murphy is really short.
Yeah, 5'9".
Took a picture with Calvin Murphy too last year, Knick game. Like, damn, little nigga.
I'm sure that Calvin Murphy go to hell. Which, I don't want to bring up Moses Malone, but that always gives me more reason to give him more props any chance that I get. Clyde Frazier, I think it felt like he was so iconic because obviously we didn't see him grow up, but the way they talk about him is just like how we talk about Iverson or something. And he won. And he was nice.
And he was nice.
And he was a two-way player. He helped before Magic. He kind of helped Ant Earl the Pearl by his side when he came from Baltimore. They helped kind of bring the street ball. He's the original, Earl the Pearl's the original Black Jesus, if I'm not mistaken, from Philly. Earl the Pearl's from Philly. And shout out Myers, shout out his whole family, bro. So Earl
we're gonna talk about when that term two-way player came around. Maybe we'll tackle that tomorrow. But I only started hearing that
in the 90s.
90s. I don't even know about the 90s. I feel like I started just hearing that 15 years ago. I did not hear that growing up. I did not hear that when I was playing. Like, I didn't hear that term, two-way player. That term is coined now like it makes you a better player when, in fact, nigga, if you're a basketball player, you got to play defense. Since when is not playing defense a part of your job when you're a hooper? Like, I don't understand that shit. But I digress. We'll get there when we get there.
Frazier was one of those. I don't know if Earl the Pro was ever regarded as like a defender like Frazier.
Not regarded, but I'm sure Frazier had to play defense, so he wasn't going to play at these times. You had to be able to defend. It's part of the game.
He's also Frazier. I got Frazier in that list of like where I was trying to explain. I think I was talking to two with Allen Iverson. He catches a lot of flack, and deservedly so, for not being able to handle, being a star. But to me, because we're talking about John Morant, and to me, it's like John Morant, Allen Iverson, Shaq, Mike, someone like Clyde Frazier, Wilt Chamberlain. These are guys that might be stars off the court, and they might be going through something that you might not ever experience. Tim Duncan, you might not look at that big guy. Who is that? Ingram's gonna be like, who is that? Oh, Tim Duncan. Who's that? But if it's Allen Iverson, like, oh, that's Allen Iverson. Watch your mouth. You stay over here. You ain't getting no next to no AI. Yeah. Oh, he's cute. Shut up. Right? So I think Clyde Frazier may have been a part of that. I'm not sure if he was addicted to the nightlife. But it feels like he was a star off the court. It feels like they would take a picture of him on page 6, and he got the look for it.
Right. And he embraced that. He leaned into that.
Yeah. So I don't mind him being number 1 just because he's gonna be. I want to say that right. I'm gonna say the wrong word. He's dressed up for it. Ewing wasn't dressed up for it off the court, and all the stuff that we learned about him. It wasn't like he was mean and like Willis Reed being the number 1 player. He was mean, and his teammates kind of didn't like him. Some of them.
Who, Willis?
Patrick Ewing. They all respected. Yeah, they were too scared to not like Willis Reed.
They respected Pat, but you're right. They didn't like him all the time.
Yeah. That's the only thing with him. And the way he lost left a bad stint. The 1 point, the finger roll, that it left a bad taste in our mouth for so long that we didn't get to enjoy the good part of that era, as opposed to, we lost Pat Riley. We didn't close out that decade. The 70s, they got to close that shit out to the point where they still reference that team as the
to this day
18. Yeah. So that was. So we agree that Frazier could be number 1.
Yeah, I think we're fine right there.
After I've been shitting on him. I've been saying for years, like, nobody's over Patrick Ewing. You crazy?
I mean, I felt like that too, but the whole body of work, I think Frazier's fine at number 1. Patrick absolutely should be number 2, though.
Giannis.
He must have froze up on us. He'll be back, y'all. Knicks Rehab. Appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight. Close to 150 people in the building. Appreciate everybody. See Underground Scoop TV talking about Patrick Ewing's missed layup. It wasn't a championship game. It was an important game, but it wasn't the championship game. But yeah, we're gonna have Fabian tap back in a second. He wanted to tackle this Giannis topic. We going into overtime already, though. We're about an hour in.
I am back.
You knew he was coming back.
Where did I leave you guys?
You were about to discuss Giannis.
Well, the Greek freak himself has stated that he loves New York City.
Ace the Giannis trivia.
Okay, let's go.
How did you score your first career basket?
A basket or a point?
Point.
It was a free throw in Madison Square Garden. And I have another trivia question for you.
Okay.
Where did my brother Thanasi score his first basket?
Probably Madison Square Garden too, because he was drafted to the Knicks.
Yeah, same basket.
The same basket where Hazonia tried testing you.
Was it the same basket?
think
The
it
one
was.
he dunked on me. Next 6 games he didn't play a game. He was dunking me. Check that. It's actually a fact.
I believe you.
I love the Knicks. Great team.
Can you?
Yo, I really like Giannis, man.
How can you not, man?
I like his corny, stupid dad joke. Like he got the dad joke vibe.
He always.
I
does
love
that.
him, man.
I want to see his media day. You know, at the media day at the beginning of the season every year, he always clowns with the Milwaukee media. So I want to see what he does.
Is he just teasing us?
Yeah. Just being funny. Just having fun. Just having fun.
Fuck you, Giannis.
Don't take the bait, Fabian. Don't take it.
I loved it. I love the Knicks. Good for you, Giannis. All right, maybe I won't fall for the bait.
But wishful thinking.
I won't fall for the bait.
Wishful thinking.
But I will fall for this bait.
What you got?
Michael Beasley, the former New York Knick, has stated he could have taken the Knicks to the playoffs if they hadn't played him out of position. With Porzingis, Tim Hardaway, and Courtney Lee, I could have made that a playoff team. Hold on. I was playing out of position. If they had played me at 2 guard, fronted with Jared Jack, I would have been better. I've been playing out of position my whole career. You play me at the 1, 2, or 3, I'm bigger. I'm better on defense. Now I had somebody to play pick and roll with. I could have run a great pick and roll game with Kylo Quinn and Kristaps Porzingis. But Jeff Hornacek was on the hot seat, and Porzingis didn't really know how to play good basketball. I was just playing basketball, so that situation was trash, man. Why? Melo was old, so how do you compare it? Please defend your hoopers, because he is the hoopers like trophy mantle hooper guy. Like, Michael Beasley's really nice though. I would hear that so often. Once again, Flea, it would get me mad at Michael Beasley for no. I'm not mad at Michael Beasley. I like that guy. I was rooting for him out of. He didn't go to Oklahoma State. Kansas State, because Blake Griffin was out in Oklahoma at the time, right? Because he went number 1 on Beasley.
Beasley did not go number 1. Beasley is like a number 2 or 3 pick, something like that.
So Griffin went number 1. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway, I liked him, but they could have went to the playoffs.
No.
Okay.
No. We're not a good team. No, Ray. No. Playing Michael Beasley at the 2 would have not won us any more games than we won. We won like 27 games that year. I don't know. We weren't a good team.
I'm trying to think what players, let's say a 2 guard, were at 30 years old and their game turned into something else. At 30, like who's 30 and all of a sudden they were okay. They were trying to like maybe had a coke problem here or there. And at 30, all of a sudden they just came and flourished.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to give that some real thought. Nobody jumps to mind right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who's the guy that puts it all together late in their like, outside of their 20s.
Lamar
Odom? Outside of his 20s? I thought he self-destructed.
Well, how old was Lamar how old was Lamar in his stint as a Laker?
Late so Lamar 20s. Was born, November 6th. He's almost exactly 3 years older than me. He is 25 when he starts with the Lakers, and by the time he leaves, he's 31.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Lamar doesn't count.
I love that season 2 with him and D Wade and Caron Butler in Miami.
Why?
Because it was D Wade. I love D Wade.
That was D Wade rookie year or D Wade's second year?
Was that his rookie year? 04-05? No, 03-04. That is a rookie year.
No, it's his rookie year because his second year, Shaq is there.
That's when they played. Right. That's when they played.
And Caron and Lamar were part of that trade.
Right. They played Baron Davis in the playoffs. His
rookie year, yeah.
That's when I knew he was vicious. Yeah. So I don't know what Michael Beasley's talking about. We were talking about the other day all these horrible players we've had.
Yeah, it was just he did play a lot for us that year. I went back and looked at that season. He did play a lot, like 70 plus games or something like that. He played a lot for us, but we weren't good.
Is he a guy that he was just somebody else that people would call a hooper, and I'll be like, what does that even mean? Like, I understand when I'm talking about basketball, and you want to bring up to me the fact that you think he's a really good player when he plays one-on-one in the gym. What does that have to do with what I'm watching on the damn NBA court? Because if I bet on this motherfucker on a parlay, I'm coming back to you and smacking you 7 times for every letter in the word hooper.
Well, when hoopers talk about other hoopers, they're talking about breaking the game down just to its bare bone of what is the object of the game. The object of the game is to put the ball in the fucking basket. And when they start talking about guys like Michael Beasley, you're talking about one of the elite guys to put the ball in the basket. It is what it is, Fabian. Like, hoopers look at the game different than guys that love the game and are passionate about it like yourself. The visual is just different. Nobody's saying that they know it better. I don't want us to get into that again. I'm just saying
no. Yeah.
The visual, how we look at it is like, yo, 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, that nigga's a fucking bucket. That's impressive because it's not easy to go get a bucket against an elite player. You try to do it. That's when we get into that. Like, okay, you don't want to look at us as or look at them as an elite player just because he could just because he could score. He's just a scorer. No, but that is the name of the game at the end of the day. It's the name of the game, and you need to be able to do that to be a good basketball player.
I guess part of the reason why I hated it, or mostly the reason why I hated it, is because, like you said, I thought he was the number 1 pick. He was the number 2 or 3 pick out of Kansas State. Yeah, plenty of potential. So to call him a hooper is like reducing what his talent is. His natural talent, number 1, and the skill that he developed was a top 3 pick, and it could have easily been number 1 if he was more disciplined, or, I don't know what he went through because he spoke about mental health or whatever it is. But then it feels like you're giving him a cop-out for blowing that talent. When you say, oh, he's a hooper, like Michael Beasley was not supposed to be just some hooper. Michael Beasley looked fucking amazing. He looked unstoppable.
But
at the point with the ball in his hand, the way he would finish was amazing. That's what pissed me off more than anything else about that coming up as he's a hooper. Like, no, it's not Jamal Crawford. No disrespect to him. Michael Beasley's the way you move like that, 6'8", 6'9", whatever he is, was amazing. So the call, he's a hooper.
It was.
What?
But I agree with the pass they give him, but at the end of the day, he wasn't up here. He ain't have it all up here. He wasn't the brightest bulb in the box, right? So that's why we lean towards showing him the love and respect because he's such a great basketball player. Because we already know he a bug out, So
yeah, that's the other side to it. You can when they talk about mental health, are they talking about an IQ test, or are they talking about because I'm not being trying to be funny?
No,
we talking about
he's been through some shit,
right? But that's different than being dumb.
No, he's not a dummy. That's not what I'm
saying. We say not the brightest bulb means you're dumb.
Okay, let me take that back.
Yeah.
Let me I'll walk that back. I'm fine with that. I'll walk that back. He is working on his emotional stability. Let me say that.
Yeah, he struggled with that.
And he's been working on his emotional stability for a very, very long time. And so I just think whether he wants to admit that or not, that had something to do with how his career played out. And not so much his ability and his talent. He's a hell of a ball player. He was able to stick around. He was able to be on different rosters, and teams picked him up because they knew how good of a player he was. So I don't think that's really the debate. I just think that we need to factor in what other piece is attached to him that may have derailed him a little bit.
And I guess that's my other thing about it. Like, it feels like anybody that played ball, I'm a hooper, I'm a real hooper, you get to kind of like overlook that shit. You're giving him a pass, and he's kind of looking back on his career, and he's saying, they messed up my career, and I could have led this team to the playoffs if they would have had me in the right position. And that's to what your point is right now. And I ain't trying to finagle this any kind of way, but it's like, nah, bro, you're not right. You ain't right. You have to get right. And it's tough because we have to see it so late. And all of us, maybe we just calling you a pothead, basically, or whatever it is. We write you off like that. But yes, you had a chance to be. Yeah, if you were right, you would have had us in the playoffs. Hell yeah. That's how talented he was.
Damn good player. So
thanks, Pete, for hashing it out with me, not cursing me out.
Oh, man,
you wanted to.
Take us home, man. Take us home.
7:30 every day, weekday, AllBall TV. Thank you for listening to our true crimes breakdown.
Sorry we got into that bag, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, blame Flea. But you know who we
love. Big Flea. Never the little one.
And you know who I am.
Knicks Rehab.
Tomorrow, 7:30, we be back, man. Friday.
Viernes.
Maybe
we might do Fan Friday. Maybe Fan Friday?
Ryan's supposed to jump on here.
Okay. Tap in with my brother Hammer Tom. Big Rob.
That's when I would love to get into that Ray Allen conversation. No, was it Ray Allen? No. We could do that. We could also do Kobe overrated defensively. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.